my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Yes, guys, welcome to me and the pretend person next to me, whoever he is. Some say he used to make cars for a living. Oh, you spoiled it now. You come on too quickly now. You should have left it a bit longer. I had a few more to say. Guys, welcome to THFC Do or Die, your home of Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future under the local dustbin. Because we're not going to get an exciting future under Thomas Frank anytime soon. Anyone that was on the Frank train has now fallen off the Frank train. And that's breaking news. I'm just getting news just in now, Rain. The Thomas the Frank engine has packed up outside Piccadilly Circus. Yeah, they can't move it. He's not moving. Apparently Romero, who was shoveling the coal into the engine, has walked off because he's had enough. But guys, welcome to the channel on a day of, I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it. We've had sackings. We've had appointments. We've had Rain finding his wig. We had me finding Thomas Frankham under my Christmas tree. We've got people in the chat. We've even had Ryan saying that he's now an Ange fan. You know, everything's happened. No, the last bit isn't true before Ryan starts throwing insults at me in the chat. Right. Okay. Where do we start, Ray? I think we start with welcoming people in. We do have it right. I got breaking news before I break anything in. We do have breaking news. I'm sure I'm going to ask, can I use it? I'm sure I can, but I do have breaking news on West Ham player who we've been after. I know, can I use it? I know Rain has been absolutely chomping at the bit to get this player in, but let's welcome a few people in while I get the go ahead. Great. Now, before getting to you, Rhino, Spurs are in advanced talks with West Ham about the possible transfer this month of 30 million euro, which works out to be 26 million pounds, significantly lower than the previous valuations. That is Paquetá. Tottenham are now. Spurs are in advanced talk with West Ham. We could get the Here We Go tonight. We could get a late night stream tonight. You could get a Here We Go from this channel with a 1 o'clock in the morning stream. Watch out for that. So big up to Rhino. So let me put that in. Let me put that in the bottom as so going across the bottom, guys, so you can see it across the bottom. Okay, there we go. And there it is, going across the bottom there now. Right. Big up to you, Rhino. Hope you're doing well, bud. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. I enjoyed our chat yesterday. We'll get you on the show soon, Rhino. We'll get you on the show very soon. Can't see Enoch changing their way, any shape or form. Look, they were the same as Levy. They're both the same as each other. So Rhino, do you still want Levy to come back? Let me know in the chat, yeah or nay. Big up to you. We've got Simon Cohen. Big up Simon, also become a YouTube member this morning. Big up Simon. Says, evening all. We need the top signing now. Would Paquetá be that signing for you? Talking about Lookman doing the rounds. Any news on Paquetá? Well, I'll just give you news there, Simon. You ask and you shall be provided with it. Big up to Dermo. Big up to Giant. We need signings. We definitely do. Simon saying Ben Jacob is on Last Word on Spurs tonight, 10 p.m. Well, we did ask Ben Jacobs, could he come onto the channel? And he said no. I don't know why. I don't know what it's got against this little channel of ours. We're the rebel channel of the Tottenham community. We fight above our weight. We punch above our... We're a bit like Ireland and England back in the early 21st century. When England owned Ireland, but Ireland wanted to be free. We're a bit like that. We're a rebellion channel. We're a rebel channel. Rain's now thinking, what have I joined? What have I come into? Big up to Rain. All right, you're talking to each other. Big up Giant. Big up to the Two Marks show. Great show, actually. Enjoy watching Two Marks. Big up to you guys. We have to get you on. We have to get you on the show, guys. Evening, Dermo and Ryan. Rain, big up to you. Who else is in the house? We've got Ed all the way from Germany. Big up to you, Hamburg. Hi, Dermot and Rain. Bournemouth is a must-win match. Yeah, we're going to get into that as well, guys. Hope you're all right, Dermo. I'm always right.
So are you? So Simon, are you Paquetá? You're on Paquetá. You.
Yeah.
Because when we were talking about it the other evening, there were quite a few people who were not that keen on Paquetá. He seems to be very Marmite, Dermot.
Yeah. Well, look, we sold Brennan Johnson for what? What do we sell Brennan Johnson for? And we need. Let me just do that. Sorry,
it was about the same. It's about 33 million up to you know. It's never, you don't just get cash. It's about 33 million quid.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. We should all use euros. Do you know that? We should all use euros.
I feel like the UK had a pretty big, specific vote that, and one of the reasons that it went one way was all about that, about not having the payout.
You missed the trick. You could have been on the same currency as us and all been happy. Big up to Mike in Knightsbridge. Big up, Mike. We've got to get you on as well, sir. I did get you in, Mel. I'll look you in for I'm looking to get you on this week, bud, later on in the week. So let me know if that's okay with you. Big up to Martin. He said, evening, Dermot.
That is a mighty fine looking doggo, I've got to say that.
It is. It is a mighty fine looking dog.
It reminds one of my cousins has got one called Bear.
Yeah.
And he's an absolute softie. He is the softiest dog I've ever met. He's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, I'm getting loads of news coming in. Getting this, I love about this. I am getting loads of news coming in. Right. Okay. So I'm surely I can use them. Just give me the okay, and then I will bring them out. Big up to Kuva99 as well. Big up to Kuva. It says big up Dermo and Rain. Forward out. Exactly. X players in. Exactly. Graham Roberts for you, Kuva. Graham Roberts, Paul Miller, Aussie Idealists. Who else can we bring in? Who else can we bring in? Stevie P, Ricky Villa. No, Ricky doesn't like leaving Argentina, so we leave him there. I think Graham Roberts was the first one to put the fear of God into these players. Wouldn't you say so? Graham Roberts, do you think he put the fear of God into these players?
And some, absolutely. Wouldn't take any.
Let me know, Kuva. If you could pick 3 ex-players to come back to Tottenham and be within the Tottenham board to run the footballing side, who would you pick? Let me know. Big up to Gerard. Great to see the board holding their nerve and keeping Tommy Frank. Yeah, to Thursday. He'd be gone Thursday. Big up 2 marks. Give me a number 8 who can make a forward pass. Exactly. We missed one of them. Here we go. He's put in Hoddle, Perriman, and Mabbott. I wouldn't be upset with them 3, actually, to be fair. But would you bring Graham Roberts back, Cooper? Just put the fear of God into the players. Let me know. Miller as well. Who needs Ben Jacobs when you exactly Giant? Exactly. Who's Ben Jacob when he's at home? When you got the Terminator? You know?
I was tempted to say it does feel like Ben Jacob gets his news from you, mate. I was tempted to
Yeah,
say
he
it.
does. Me and Ben are like that. Me and Benny J are like that. You know. My manager he's not going to get it, Rhino. I'm sorry. What I'm hearing is he's been offered a Mars bar and a Twix to stay on. He's haggling for M&Ms and a Twix. So you're hearing the same news? Because I know you were in that meeting today, weren't you, Rain? You were in the meeting today with Thomas Frank, and you told him what to do, didn't you? What advice did you give Thomas Frank this morning when you met him for coffee?
Keep doing what you're doing. Be yourself. Don't let the don't let them get you down.
And accept the
keep
payoff.
hanging. Keep hanging in there. All of those. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. All those completely useless things that people say to you that don't really help at all. Yeah.
So this is what you told Amarin yesterday before he went into his press conference, was it? So
I told him. I told him, isn't it about time you cashed in, right? And he went, yeah. He went, yeah. It's about time. I'll do my meltdown.
That was Man United's Conte moment, wasn't it? It was bizarre. We will get into that in a minute. Big up to you, Rhino, Frankin, and you too, Simon. I'm not a go. I am really not a go. I'm not a legend. I'm just me. I'm just Dermatron. I'm a small, short, fat Irish lad who lives in Ireland, sits in front of a computer and talks shite. I'm not a goat, but thank you for the compliment. You're very kind. But that's who I am. I don't know how to take when people call me a legend and a goat. I really don't know. I'm just a small 5'10" Irish fat lad. That's all I am.
I don't think you realise how much people appreciate you, mate. I think when I was talking to Sean earlier, and I said that I'm on here a couple of times a week.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, Dermot is fantastic, isn't he?" He was like, "He's such a great lad." I just wanted to say as well, Kuva, it was great to see you on with Kate and Jimbo. Was it last week? Yeah, last week. It was great to see you. Great to see you on, mate.
I love Kuva. I got a great time for Kuva. When I was in a bad place and a really bad dark place, Kuva was the one that brought me out of it. He was the first one to come to me. "Oh, you got a problem, lad. You need to sort it out." He didn't say it like Ray Winston. He was a bit more nicer and polite about it. I'm not saying you look like Ray Winston either, Kuva, so please do not send the lads after me. Yeah, better to be the legend than the legend. That's true. All right, I'm a legend now. Right. They say a week in politics is a long time. Rain. 24 hours in football is an eternity. Now, I came off doing the watch along yesterday, sent my usual message to my usual source who I use for information. It's Frank going. And he sent me this. And I did run it this morning. So I'm going to read this out, guys. If you didn't watch the show this morning, where were you? And why didn't you? Get and watch it now. Let's get it over 500 views. And let's get up to, I want to get up to tonight, if I can, 390 subscribers. So we're 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're 4 off it. So come on, let's get let's get up to 390. Come on, let's make it a nice round number. Right, Tottenham's hierarchy. Don't worry, Rain's not part of it. He was, but he's not now. Rain, Tottenham's hierarchy has not made the decision to sack him immediately, and there's no immediate threat of him being dismissed despite poor results. The board are currently focused on strengthening the squad and giving Frank time to turn things around. Tottenham are preparing transfers moves this January that align with Frank's plans, but suggest the club is backing him in the window rather than planning an instant replacement. There is a growing pressure from the fans and media pundits who want Frank out because of recent poor Premier League form and unaspiring performances. Some sack talk has intensified in the press, including speculation about its potential replacement and doubts about his credentials. Now, this is from, I got this last night, and I went on this morning, and I found myself saying, Frank probably does need time. But the problem is, if you sack Frank, who are you going to bring in? There's no manager out there that will come to Tottenham Hotspur and do any better with the squad we've got. So, are you glad that this is where Tottenham hierarchy are thinking? Is this pleased you a bit? I know it would please Rhino will be getting the box of champagne and popping every cork now after me reading that out. But where are you on it?
I think this is as much about the fact that there's nobody there to sack him and then do the work to get a new guy in, as it is about them backing him.
I agree. So basically, what I've read out is a load of bullshit, and they're going to sack him on Thursday morning. Is that what you're saying?
It's no. I think this is political guff to hide the fact they don't want to do the work to get a new guy.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
And they're not even sure who is going to do the work to get the new guy. Because I tell you who it isn't going to be. It's not going to be Lange. Lange is not going to go and find a new manager. You know, is it going to be Vinay? I think. Well, it's not going to be Paratici, is it? I mean, we haven't had the here we go, but we're all waiting for the here we go for him to go. Vinay has all of a sudden got 1,000 plates spinning. You know, it's very chaotic at that level of the club, and that as much as anything is probably keeping Frank in his job.
Yeah,
you know where I am.
I know.
I think I don't think we should be getting rid of Frank anyway. But I think if Levy was still here,
he would have been gone months ago.
I think he
would have been gone. Yeah, he would have gone by now. Let's see. Yes, this is there. So I told you, I'm popping. Big up. I'm popping all the bottles I can get now. Big up to you, Rhino. Big up to Rain Bonner who's coming as well. Where's Rhino? Where's Wayno? With his good. Folks, see, I went really high there. Hope you're well. See, Wayne, I already practiced these intros for you. Big up to you. So look, but then this morning, all hell breaks loose. Amarin is sacked at Manchester United. Then we had Nancy sacked as Celtic manager. Martin O'Neill now has been brought in as Celtic interim manager for the rest of the season, which I think they should never have got rid of Martin O'Neill in the bloody first place.
Maybe he doesn't want it. Maybe he's an old man.
Yeah, but he made Celtic. He's made Celtic really good. I mean, Nancy's come in there and just undid all the work Martin O'Neill did up there. Amarin, did you see the press conference? What did you think of it? Was it a man that wanted to get the sack?
Well, I mean, he basically said, did he not outright say that he wasn't going to extend his contract? I think he said he's not going to extend.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's just crazy, isn't it? In some of the WhatsApp chats I'm on, there were people going, when they got sacked, there were people going, this is how a big club acts. He's not been sacked for performances. They've been rubbish for 14 months. As rubbish as us, although not quite as bad as us, but as rubbish as us for 14 months. And performances have literally just started to pick up. And they're sacking him for politics, for internal management politics. That's why he's being sacked. I read his. I reread what he said, about I'm not the manager, I'm the coach. And as soon as I heard that, do you know, I hear Poch saying it
Yeah.
in 2019, in the summer of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, his famous "There's a beautiful house but no furniture" speech, which we don't play as much as we play the Conte speech, but
No.
it's still an absolutely great meltdown. And he very clearly said, I shouldn't be called the manager. I'm the coach. And he was saying, I'm not getting the players that I want here. And I'm telling them I don't have the players and I'm not getting them, you know.
No.
So, and Amorim was saying the same. Well, do you know what, mate? Such is life.
And look, do you know Colin is a big part of this channel? He is, and he's one of my best friends on and off YouTube. And also big Manchester United fan, massive Man United fan. And I saw him last night when he did his show about Amarin, and I was thinking, Jesus, you look in as much pain as we do. But when you look at him when he said, I am the manager, I am not a coach, I am the manager. And then he goes on, and he doesn't just name drop. He names drop Tuchel, Mourinho, Conte. And then he goes and names drop the sporting director and somebody else. He wasn't just calling one person out. He was calling everyone out. And then Colin did his show last night. Big up to you, Colin. He says, NES out, Glazers out. Yeah, well, look, I know we're all Spurs fans here, but we have to say Manchester United are probably the biggest club in the world, the biggest club in England. And we need our big clubs. We need our big... Tottenham are a big club as well, by the way. But I think Manchester United are probably the biggest out of the lot. And the way that club's been ran over the last 20, 30 years has been nothing short of a disgrace. Old Trafford's fallen down by its ears. And it comes to it, doesn't it, Rain? That fact, these clubs seem to forget about the fans. We are the football club. We are the football club. Like Colin is the club of Manchester United. We're the club of Tottenham Hotspur. We got our own board issues. We nearly went out of existence in the late 80s, early 90s under Scholar. Do you know where does football go? Because I look at United and I think you're sitting in 5th place. I think 5th or 6th place. All right, you may not be having the great season in the world, but you're up there. You got a manager that, to be fair, was stubborn, that stuck to his system and wouldn't budge. Then why bring him in the first place? He wanted to wait to the summer before he came to Manchester United. No, we're going to pay you more. We're going to pay you more to come now. And it's a bit like Tottenham, isn't it? It's a bit like Ange. You know, every week, wasn't it? Is he getting the sack? 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 Where does somebody like Manchester United go after this? I know Carrick's in for is it Fletcher in for the rest of the season? I think Fletcher's in to the end of the season. Can you see Manchester United waiting to the end of the season before making their announcement? And how much of an impact does this have on their season?
No, I think David Clark's shout that they might go for Southgate, even if it's an interim for for him to come in and do some stabilisation for 6 months. I think he'd jump at the chance to go and do a little stint there. Maybe he would do a little 6 months and then go up in the exec. There's a saying, Dermot, in business. Nobody knows who originally said it. Lots of people take credit for it. And it goes like this: culture eats strategy for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And every single football club has its own culture. Yeah? Newcastle has its own culture, and it's set by the fans. There's 50 odd thousand fans that go every single week, and they are the lifeblood, and they take the culture of that club. Doesn't matter who plays, doesn't matter who owns it. It's the culture comes from the fans. at Manchester United, the culture has been attacked by the Glazers and the way that the Glazers have treated that club for the last 20 years. I remember more than 20 years. It's got to be 30 odd years.
It's got to be.
It's got to be. I remember the whole Newton Heath thing at school. I remember. I don't know. I remember the whole Newton. I remember some Man United fans.
Green and yellow,
wasn't and green. It? Yeah. When I was at school. So, you know, that's like, well, that's 40, that's almost 30, 40 years ago. So it's going to be at least, I'd love to go and find out. What Man City have done, what they've done very, very well at Man City is they've just leaned into the culture that was already there, and they've literally just supported it. They've just built the infrastructure and they've let the culture be generated by the fans, and the fans have just gone along with it, and it's worked really, really well. I think a big reason why Frank is having so many problems is, and you called it, you know, in the famous Dermot versus Ryan debate of 2025. You called it, the thing that you really don't like about Frank is he's not attacking enough and he's not progressive enough. He doesn't dare to do.
No,
and
he doesn't.
And it is. You and I have been talking about bravery in what the players are doing, and as soon as we started talking about that, you know, I could feel what you're saying about the bravery from the manager. There's no bravery in our club at all at the moment.
No,
and
there isn't. And
we desperately need that to happen. Now, this show was originally supposed to be about Poch.
Yeah, it was.
And you know what? That man was brave when he was at Spurs.
It was. We are going to do that show. That's turning into a debate show later in the week, guys, on Thursday. So do join us for that. I do love this comment from Colin. What you said. What City have done is lean into oil and broken 130 FFP regularly. I think that's a brilliant comeback. I get your point. I look, we're not Manchester United fans. Colin is. You look at Tottenham. Do you think Spurs are sitting back and thinking, right, we're going to wait for all the other clubs to explode? Because Chelsea manager was sacked last week as well, resigned. We're going to let all the top four implode, and we're just.
They don't resign, Dermot. They don't resign.
No, they get that a big payoff, right? We're going to let all the other clubs implode, and we're just going to come up. We're going to go on a great run at the end of the season and get Champions League football.
Well, it always happens at some point in the Premier League, doesn't it? You get this little burst. But it's usually at the bottom of the league that you get this little burst. Yeah. You know, we had Nuno, we had Ange, we had West Ham, and Nuno went to West Ham, obviously. But it's very rare that you get 5th place and 6th place sacked. And there's rumours that somebody else who's not that far away from 5th and 6th place is on the chopping block, and it's not Frank. There's really good rumours that there is.
Slot could be the next one on the chopping block. You said that to me. I have asked the question, so I'm waiting to hear a response from that, because look, we did break Slot. If somebody wants to go back, it is in the breaking news bit of the channel on the playlist. We did break Slot was getting the Liverpool job all that 2 years ago now. We broke it. I was doing the show and I got sent a bit of information. Slot's the new Liverpool. We broke it even before Liverpool YouTube channels broke it. So what does that say? I mean, we are known for, this channel is known for breaking news. And we broke Ange getting the job before even Sky did it. We broke the news Harry Kane was leaving to Bayern Munich. We've broke the news about Mickey van der Ven coming to the club. We've broke the news that we really have. We are your breaking news channel. And Colin in the chat can, if he can put in the list of our achievements column just to back me up, that'd be great. Anthony Lynch, big up from West Cork. How you doing there? Big up to you, Anthony. I went out for 25 pints of Guinness and I had 5 shots of brandy. Went home, had a pack of crisps and some pork chops as well. Anyway, lads, if we get nothing at the Cherries and get knocked out of the FA Cup, do you honestly think he'll be in the job? No, he'll be sacked.
Yes, I think he will. I think he will still be in the job. And for what I said, Anthony, that I don't think it's clear who's going to sack him, and I don't think anybody wants to put in the efforts to find a replacement.
So does that go along then? And you're saying there's nobody there to sack him. Is that going along with our transfers as well? By the way,
it is looking pretty dire, isn't it? I mean, it's we're looking, quite rudderless, and we know that with Lange, he goes on Football Manager and does his scouting to see who's going to be the next wonder kid on Football Manager, where he gets his data. But we know that in the past he's never done the negotiations.
No.
In fact, he went. It was well reported that he went to Germany to do the Tell negotiation, and it completely fell through. And they had to send Levy. This was just to do the loan, and they had to send, and Levy had to go and do
with
the negotiation
with Ange, I think.
Yeah. So it's not going to be, and so there's no Levy anymore. There's this massive void. And if they sack Frank, the void just gets bigger. So I wouldn't be averse.
Just to let you know, sorry, Rain, just to let you know, some of our accomplishments over the last few years. We even did, the best video out of the lot is James sitting on the bus, breaking the news that Thomas Frank's become the new Spurs manager. I was away on holiday, and there was a woman behind him on the bus. I swear to God, if you look at it, she started off just sitting there, look at that, and then she started doing her makeup and doing her hair. By the end of the show, she was right, behind, trying to get in the shot. It was so very funny. That's just some of our accomplishments. Postecoglou getting the job at Spurs, Slot getting his job, Dragonson deal to Spurs, Kane to Bayern. Oh, Son leaving, to mention a few. Oh yeah. Oh, we were a week ahead of Ange being sacked as well. Yeah, we were actually saying that.
I'm not part of this. I've got a mate who's absolutely Man United mad, and I sent him. I WhatsApp him to say, what's your take on this whole Amorim thing, and sent him a reader. And within, I think it had barely landed in his inbox on WhatsApp, and Amorim had already been sacked. So
Jesus.
I'll leave that to you and your sources.
See, no. You're ahead of the curve as well. So there you're doing well. You're doing well. Ryan's got a question for us. Then we're going to get on with transfer talk, guys. That is what the show is about, and I got loads for you. Question to Dermer and Rain: would you accept this until the end of the season? I hope we get players in the summer window. Very quickly, I can answer this in 2 questions, Ryan. Hell no. Please, I wish he'd just go now. I buy him his taxi. I get him his plane ticket. If he wants to go back to Denmark, I'll drive him there myself. I am watching the most dire football I have ever seen in my life. That Brentford game is 3 hours, Ryan. I will never get back, ever. When I'm on my deathbed, I'm going to ask God to give me an extra 15 years because of all the crap Tottenham games I've had to watch over the years. So if you calculate that up, I'm going to live forever, because there'll be so much time built up that I'm going to ask back. Rhino, I know you're a Frank in. I know you love him. I respect that more than anyone. Like I was a big Ange fan. I respect you for it more than anything. But please, for the love of God, please go, Frank. Just go.
I
Now
think
get
the
the sense.
question is,
Now you're
I
going to
think,
get
I
a
think,
sensible response from Rain.
I think the question is about the quality of the squad rather than Frank in or
Oh,
Frank
even
out.
the squad can go as well.
Um,
Then they can all go.
I think, right, Ryan. Um, I think the most important thing for Tottenham Hotspur at the moment, in fact, Conte said it, and I still
Mm,
think it's true. The most important thing for us is to not make any mistakes in the transfer market.
yeah,
People forget that when you sign a player, you've got them for at least 4 or 5 years unless you can sell them. So I want the right players, not just any player.
yeah, I get
And
it.
if that means that we have to wait and
Mm.
we have to play Dane Scarlett, who got 2 minutes
Did he
who
do
got three
anything
minutes.
yesterday? Did he touch the ball yesterday? Because watching it on the
He,
TV, I
he
didn't see him have any impact. Did he have any impact in the game when he came on?
he ran about he ran about a bit. Ran about a
Well,
bit.
that was good. That was good
Yeah.
for him.
I, I mean, bringing him on the 88th minute, it didn't stop me tweeting out Dane
I know.
Scarlett
I
hat
got the
trick
tweet.
incoming.
I got the tweet.
Yeah,
I got it.
but
I thought you'd
if
have the bunting out and everything, flags and everything on. I thought you could. I was doing the song in my head. I'm going. I'm going to see Ryan. I'm going to see Rain in a minute. He's going to be legging it on the pitch in a minute. He'd be legging it across White Hart Lane, going to hug Scarlett, and then run off again.
But what it would require, Ryan, is for everybody in the club to do what Dermot and I are saying needs to happen,
Yeah,
which is for people to be brave.
yeah.
We
This.
need be brave enough. I was on with Sean earlier, and I said, Frank should have brought players on in the second half.
Mm,
Debris brought players on and managed the second half. Frank got sucked it. Frank didn't, and that's why. I think that's one of the reasons why we struggled. I
yeah.
might be right or wrong, but and Sean said, "Yeah, but who's he got?" And I'm like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to go for it. And if that
Mm,
means bringing on Dane Scarlett because he's all you've got on the bench, then that's it. Then that's what you've got. That's what you've got to do.
mm.
So
I agree.
that's where we are. Yeah.
I mean, Rain. Look, we did a show before Christmas on the squad. We know the squad isn't good enough. But look, it's going to take what 300 to 450 million to replace the squad, if that, to buy decent players in. But the problem is, if you, I agree with Sava when he says this. We've got to build a philosophy at the club. The club's philosophy is attacking, daring football. To dare is to do. That's the motto. Bill Nick Bill Nick built the foundations for that with the push and run side of the 50-51 side was the foundations. Bill Nick built a house on them foundations with his push and run side. Keith Birkinshaw put the furniture in the house with his sort of push and run 80s side. Terry Venables did a bit of his 90s side. There's been bits added to it, bits added to it. Pochettino reinvented the house as well. He put new furniture in, built a new house, but no furniture, as he said. So we need to do that, but we can't keep buying players for managers that are not going to last more than 2 years at the football club. We can't keep sacking managers. The only two managers that have been longer for 2 years is Ange Postecoglou, who was there for 2 years exactly, Harry Redknapp, and Pochettino. In 25 years of ENIC ownership, we've had 3 managers that have lasted more than 2 years at the football club. All the rest of them have
Right.
been sacked within 18 months or less.
I
And
don't want
we've
to use
had
up all my I don't want to
what?
use up all my Pochettino content, but Pochettino's the only manager who ENIC gave a new contract to.
Yeah, that's even that, right, Rain. You look at the managers under we will do showing this managers under different ownerships. You look at Scholar. How many managers do you have? 7, 8 in the only time he was owner of the football club? You look at the Bermans and the Richards family who owned it before him, who owned it from I think the 1930s or the 1940s up to the 80s. Bill Nick was there for what, 17 years?
Yeah.
Do you know? So do you know what I mean? ENIC have never really got behind a manager, and that is the problem. But the problem is, if everyone wants Frank sacked, and I understand that, and I don't like the style of football either, and I don't think he's brave. I think he's quite scared in being brave. I think if it was just to be brave, I think Tottenham fans would give him time, would understand that. If Ange hadn't done what he did with the fans, and you look at the fans and Ange within the first 10 games, if Ange had stuck by what he did in the first 10 games, I think the fans would have all got behind him and they would have stuck by the team during last season. And yes, it was hard, but I don't think there would have been too much Ange out. Yes, you're going to get your Ange out because of the results weren't good enough, and that's correct. But you look at Poch. Poch got all the support and all the faith within the fans because he knew what the Tottenham fans wanted. He became one of us. That's the question. And Thomas Frank has fell into the same trap as Ange Postecoglou, fell into the same trap as Conte, as Jose Mourinho. He's fell into the same trap as all the other managers we've had, apart from Harry Redknapp and Pochettino, and possibly Ange for the first 10 games, where they've all went, we're scared. We don't want there is to do. We want there is, that's enough. And I
Yeah,
just feel
and
on the same way as it done on the other managers. But if we sack Thomas Frank, who's out there to come in? Who's out
well,
there to come in?
David Clark, you've said that's the Spurs motto, but it hasn't existed at our club for many decades. Now
Yeah.
pure fantasy, but actually, despite the lack of support that he got during his time at the club, because we had the 18 months where we had no transfers. Pochettino did do that. That was why Pochettino is so loved by so many of the fans, is because he showed passion and he absolutely embodied being brave and trying things. But there's also been other players, right? Like Robbie Keane,
Yeah.
I think is an absolutely perfect player. Robbie Keane absolutely is loved by the fans because he dared to do.
Yeah.
Jermaine Defoe as well. I used to call him Jermaine Offside Defoe, but I cannot, because he was offside so much. You forget he was offside so much. But his scoring rate isn't actually that great. It's like 1 in 3. But the fact that he was not afraid to have a shot is why fans love him so much. Rafael van der Vaart wasn't with us for that long. Why is he so loved by the fans? Because he
dead.
Yeah, his heart was like his chest almost wasn't big enough to contain the amount of heart that guy had for playing football. And
I
that's
agree.
what we want.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the one player that does get on my nerves is Raymond Vega. I don't know. He really gets on my tits at the moment because every time he goes on Talk Sport, it was Daniel Levy, then it was Ange, and now it's somebody else. He's never happy. He's never happy. Do you know? Is he ever happy? I don't mind. And there's another person I want to dig out as well. By the way, that Rory Jennings fecker from Talk Sport. Do you know him? That Rory Jennings Chelsea sort of dimwit.
The one who said Haaland was going to be a massive flop in the Premier League.
Yeah, that idiot. Right.
Yeah.
I want to debate him over Tottenham because I've heard him say some derogatory things about my club. Right, Rory Jennings, and anyone can clip this and send this to him. Right, you gobshite. You think you're big think boy bollocks. You come and debate me in this channel about Tottenham, and I will show you what I'm talking. I put you in your place. Your club is an absolute mess. You support a club that should not be in the Premier League. You break rules. You cheat. You got owners that play football like Football and Manager or Monopoly to go out and just throw money all over the place. At least we're a well-organised football club. Yes, we won a European trophy. Yes, you may be world champions. But I mean, what's that? That was only a money-making racket for FIFA to make more money and to give Donald Trump his FIFA prize. So you want to slag off my team? Fair enough. Come in here and debate me. See if you got the bottle to do it. Come on. Come on here, Rory Jennings. You come onto this channel and you debate me. There you go. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Sorry, I do apologise. Big up to DJ. It says, big up, Dermo. Happy New Year. Big up, Happy New Year to you. Big up to Knights of Republic. Big up, Dermo. Manchester United and Chelsea can't attract or get managers, and they want. What hope would Spurs have? We can't sign the right players. That is so true. We are Spurs TV says, bring back David Plate. He might got lost going round corners. He is the only manager to be sponsored by the AA and RAC because it kept breaking down in funny corners in Luton. But he was a good manager at Spurs.
And he was a good he was a good guy to have in the background.
Yeah,
in
he was.
you know, it's that I don't think there are enough of those sorts of people at Spurs. There's nobody in the Spurs hierarchy who really has Spurs at heart. Or that's not the way that it feels.
No, I get it. You're right.
Going back to the bring Mabbott, you know.
Oh, David, that'd be a good shout, actually. Bring that back. That's a good shout. What we got here? Cooper says, don't worry about Rory Jennings, Domo. Even Chelsea fans hate him. Yeah, he's a knob. He's an idiot. You want to debate me? So anyone can send this to him. You want to debate me, Rory Jennings, on football, on Tottenham? You come onto this channel and you give me a full debate. And let's see who's right at the end of that. Okay, a fair debate, fair, honest. We'll have Rain and Tequila. They will monetize it. They'll be the hosts. They will ask us questions. Let's make this the debate of the century. You against me against Rory Jennings. Go on. Let's see if you've got the balls to do it. What are you laughing at? See, I'm being Tadarius to do. I'm taking the Tottenham motto.
Absolutely.
David Clark says Van der Vaart didn't just have class, he had character. The complete opposite of 90% in this squad. Yeah, you're right. Darren, big up to Darren.
What am I laughing at? Well, I'm laughing at the fact that this Rory guy seems to have really annoyed you. That's what I'm laughing at. He seems to have really got up your wick.
Who said, he's an idiot. I don't know why. I bring him on the shorts, right? And he's saying something about Tottenham. For fuck's sake, just concentrate on your own bloody circus of a club.
He's always talking about us, though. He's always talking about us. He's always talking about Tottenham.
I think he's like that fella that does the Manchester United channel, right? Or what's his name?
Terrified. No, he's terrified of Tottenham. He's terrified of Tottenham. He knows.
So he won't come on here and do a debate because he's terrified.
Oh, he may well do, but he is a classic Chelsea fan. He knows that when we won the Europa League, the second. Let's face it, it's not the top European honour. It's the second, and we still had 250,000 people turning up for the parade. Yeah. And he knows that they may have more money than us, but we're the bigger club.
Yeah,
he knows it.
And also bring that Jason Cundy on with you as well, the fella that used to play for Tottenham but cannot stand us. At least Jamie O'Hara's got a bit of guts when he goes on at 10 o'clock for the sports bar. But Rory Jennings, if you have the balls, come and debate me. I've been chasing this fella for a year, by the way. I've been chasing him for a debate for a year nearly. He's still running away.
He's running away scared from you, Dermot.
I will end up doing Tyson Fury short videos soon. If he doesn't, I will. I will. Get him and Jason Cundy on this channel. Come and tell us why, Jason, Mr. Cundy, why you hate Tottenham so much when we paid your wages for a season and a bit. Yeah? Why do you hate Tottenham so much? Bloody violin going and wearing a clown suit when Tottenham lose. Chelsea are a load of bloody muppets. Anyway, Conte and Mourinho, says Darren. didn't get the players they asked for. Poch built a better squad. The main reason Poch succeeded was we had prime Kane and Son. That is so true as well.
I think Dermot and I have been talking. We absolutely want to do a video on this. We absolutely want to do a dedicated session on this, Darren. To because it deserves more time than in fact we're chattering away. We really should be talking about transfers.
We should be.
Yeah, we really want to give it more time.
Yeah, we will do this Thursday or Friday. I think we'll do the debate. I think Thursday we're getting Jerome. I think we'll invite somebody else on as well. Doing it. Rory Jennings is a big up.
Are you Jewish? Are you Jewish, Wayne? I don't know. It's not a very Jewish name, is it?
You know what? I was about to read that out, and I just suddenly caught myself going, "All right, stop now." That's what I'm laughing at. I just about see. I don't read these because of my dyslexia. I do find it a bit hard to read. That's something, right? But I just got to bigger, and I realised what it was. I went, "Right, stop there."
Roman Catholic.
He's a Roman. Are you Roman Catholic? Oh, fair enough. Anyway,
yeah, we are Spurs. We are Spurs TV. It doesn't look like it's happening anyway, but
no,
it would be classic. It would be Sousa would be a Lange signing from my perspective.
He would
100%.
He would. Right. Well, let's start with it. Well, let's start with the latest news that I've got. Tottenham 8 million bid for Santos left back, and Suzuki was rejected. I think that's who we at Spurs TV, but they remain linked as they look to strengthen that position. This is a sign that may happen later in the window. I think this may happen near the end of the window if we are going to get them. Would you more put this for a summer signing than a January signing? Because I think it'd be more a summer signing, if anything.
I think they're haggling over sell-on percentage.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. I think.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Spurs have many inquiries from Manchester. Something that we broke about a week ago, I think, as well. The Spurs have many inquiries from Manchester City forward Omar Marmash, though Aston Villa are also pushing for him as well. Look, Villa's very funny at the moment, aren't they? Ollie Watkins is very upset with the Villa at the moment. He may be looking for a move. I know he was supposed to go to Manchester United, I think, in the summer, but that deal fell through. Maybe one of the reasons why Amaran has actually done what he did yesterday, because I think there was so many things gone wrong. If he does go to Villa, would you like Tottenham put a bid in for Ollie Watkins? Now, there may not be a chance of Ollie Watkins coming to the club, but do you think Tottenham should be going for players like Ollie Watkins instead of going?
Not now. We should have gone for Ollie Watkins 5 years ago.
Yeah,
when he went to Villa. But at the time, everyone was like, why are you going to get someone like Ollie Watkins? He's only going to play second string to Harry Kane, which was, looking back, that was that kind of the way that we were all talking like that. And I may very well have been the same. I can't remember. Was 100% wrong. We needed somebody who could dovetail with Harry Kane, give Harry Kane, the odd game break, or give him a 60-minute game rather than 90-minute game. And Ollie Watkins would have been the perfect player. I don't get the Mamouche thing with City. It's. I think he's a cracking player, and he's actually done some decent stuff with them this season. So I don't get why he's looking to. I don't get why there's that. These are. I 100% believe you that these are solid rumours. I have a lot of trust. You just have to look at the evidence that Colm pushed through, and I know where you. I know you are very sort of journalistic in making sure you get solid sources. So. But I don't get why Man City are looking.
Not the source. Just putting it out there, Colm is not my source. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, Colm.
But
I'm just
okay.
saying, Colm putting the evidence of
Oh yeah, Colin
past,
puts the evidence
past,
in there.
past, but of the past achievements, successes. You know,
Mm.
I think, I suspect, if he was to go, I suspect Man City, especially now that Levy isn't at the club, that they might try to push him to us,
Do you
because
think so?
I think they might decide that sending him to Villa
Yeah,
is a mistake.
yeah, I think so. I think so. Look, I wouldn't mind them at Tottenham. I really anything's better than what we've got at the moment. Italian club AS Roma are reportedly targeting Spurs defender Radu Dragusin, possible loan or move. I'd be sad to see this one go. I'll be honest. I think Dragusin's a very good defender, but I think Danso's ahead of him. I think then you got Taki going out on loan. Do you think for game time and getting fit for next season, do you think that would be a good loan move, be a good idea for him?
Back to Italy as well.
Yeah,
So that somewhere where he's comfortable. He seems like a really nice guy as well.
he actually does.
Yeah, it seems like a really. If people haven't seen the video that Tottenham put out on his recovery, it's really heartwarming. Like, and obviously his missus is in the video as well, and
Mm,
obviously she's a bit of a stunner. Obviously she looks like she spends 50% of her time and more money than any of us earn in a year on spa treatment and beauty therapy every week. But she seemed like a really nice person as well. They just seemed really genuine, and just he seems like somebody who I want, and as a player, he's a decent player. I want him to succeed. Getting some time on the pitch in Italy wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for
no,
Dragusin.
no, I don't think so. I really don't think so whatsoever. Right, we've got a few more to go through, and then with that, Christos Atalavas, I don't know if that's how you pronounce age, 35 million quid. It might cost Spurs. Club Brugge, he is a left winger. Verdict most realistic. Spurs have tracked Telios for a long time, dating back to his Norwich days. Fits the left side in attacker profile Spurs are actively looking for after Johnson's exit. 30 to 35 million is seen as an acceptable value internally. Club Brugge are open to selling at the right price. For me, look, we always do this. Me and Tequila started this, so me and Rain are going to continue it. Look, for me, I think it's a sort of 7 for me because we desperately need a left winger. And I think this is a 9 for me for it to happen. I think this will happen in January. What about you, Rain?
I think this has a decent chance of happening. I think Bruges would be willing to sell him at that price, and I think he would slot in. I seem to recall him playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, he did. He played for Norwich.
Actually, I played for Norwich.
He played for Norwich.
And he's 23. He's only 23.
Yeah. Me and Tequila talked about him before Christmas to show that we've been out on St. Stephen's Day. This is one of the players we talked about, and I think we both said we would like him at Tottenham. A, because he's a left winger, and he's somebody that could sit on that left side. We desperately need a left winger. We really do. We need a left and right winger. We need a right winger to come in to back up Kudos, and we need possibly a left winger to be first term, to be a first player, so Odebear can back him up, if you know what I mean. I don't know how you feel on that.
His numbers look great. His numbers look absolutely fantastic. I remember him being I do remember him. And I remember him being it's Zolis, by the way, Zolis, because he's Greek, isn't it?
So what's his stats then? What's his stats then for this season then, Rain? If you got them
so
there.
this season he's got so in 18 games in the Jupiler Pro League, which is the the Belgian league. 18 games, 7 goals, 9 assists, and he's played pretty much every minute he's played, like well over, around 90%. He predominantly plays left wing, but every now and again he plays right, and sometimes he plays up top, which is, so he's predominantly a left winger. I think this is a good shout.
Yeah.
The fact that he's already played, the fact he's, yeah, go on,
go on, Rain. Sorry, no, go on, but go on.
The fact he's already played in the Premier League, had that experience. It's awful to say, but he doesn't have a history of being injured.
No, that's true. But he will do when he comes to Spurs.
Yeah, but the last thing you didn't want to, we should be bringing people. Do you know what I mean?
Give him a couple of weeks with our medical department, he will be injured. I mean, look, they can't even back Solanke. I mean, he's been injured. God knows what's happening to Kulu either. So, a yay or a nay for you? Let us know in the chat, guys, if you like him or not. I know we in Spurs TV says I'm 100% Greek and don't want him. I feel like we need proven players, only with a lot of experience with our limited budget. David Clark says was only 19 years old at Norwich and hardly had a game, so that doesn't count. So let me know what you think, guys. Yay or nay? Let me know. Is this a yay or nay for you then, Rain?
I prefer Lookman.
Yeah, so would I. Well, I have got a little bit on Lookman coming up as well. We have got Lookman, but Savino's. Oh, sorry, you're going for a yes or no for this player? So let me rephrase the question then. Squad player or a starting 11 player? Sorry.
I'm going to go no. I'm going to go no.
Right. Okay. I'm going for squad player for me.
Okay.
Right. No for you, squad player for me. Right. Savino, loan to buy, 65 million quid. Club Manchester United. Position, attack and left winger. Verdict, very complicated, low possibility player as part of the City group ecosystem, which complicates things massively. A loan to buy structure would make sense for Spurs, but City control the situation. A complete no from me. Just
I don't want him.
No, don't want him. Let me know in the chat, yeah or nay for Savino. Now, here we go, Lookman. A player that we could have got on deadline day in the summer, but we didn't. He does play at Atlanta, 50 million quid. He plays as a second striker or on the left wing. Verdict will interest. Price is the issue. Spurs do like Lookman. Proven Premier League ready, tactical flexibility. Atalanta are tough sellers and believe his value is peaking 50 million is considered high for Spurs unless structured cleverly. Please bring him in. We should have got him in the summer. We danced around this one in the summer. Where are you on this one, Ray?
Love him. I think he's exactly the type of player we need. He will play on that left wing. He will stay there. He will cut in. He will have shot. He will go for it. And so in terms of the three that you've said on the left hand side, it would be Lookman would be my number one of these three.
Yeah.
Zolis and like Savio, I wouldn't even go for. Savio, I would just be like, it's. To be honest, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take him. And I really would love Lookman. I think he would liven things up at the club, and he would free up Kudus on the other side.
Right. I'm just got another bit of news for you as well, guys. So just give us 2 minutes. I love this time of the year. I get so excited when it comes to transfer windows. I just love it. Also, let's just add that. Oh, sorry. Let me turn the timer off and let me save that one. And then just and round it all off, guys. Other attackers, Savino, which we talked about, Rodrigo as well, etc. On Spurs scouting radar for January or next summer. Planning with latter being more of a summer signing. So I've always said if Rodrigo signs for Tottenham, I will do the next show in my boxer shorts. That's how confident of that signing not happening. But this is the new ENIC 2.0. Do you think they might put out a little bit of a shock signing
No.
under the right manager?
No.
So
I
if
don't.
we've got no chance of signing Rodrigo then. So I'm safe then.
Are you telling me that you're going commando at the moment? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Is that
if we signed Rodrigo, I would do I would start the next show in my boxer shorts.
I think in the summer I was saying yes to Rodrigo. I would have loved Rodrigo in the summer when there was rumours. But now I think a big problem with Rodrigo is he would firstly we're going to get him on a loan. We wouldn't be buying him. We're getting him on a loan, which isn't a massive problem. But I think he would end up very, very quickly like Mawani is. And Mawani already looks like he's kind of only 70% in the club.
Yeah.
And I think Rodrigo would very quickly, especially when he lands in the Premier League and gets kicked a couple of times as well, mate. You know, and we've seen how long it's taken Xavi
to settle.
To settle, and a lot of that is the pace and power that's in the Premier League. I think Rodrigo will go hiding.
Yeah, I agree with you. Look, Rain, that is it. That ends the transfer latest show, Frank's master plan. We don't know what Frank's master plan is, but that is all the latest news, views, and didgeridoo. Look, we're back tomorrow with me and Rain are back tomorrow with the pre-match build-up. We're joined by Jerome as well. Don't worry, guys. Also, Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, we have the predicted lineup coming out. Me and Rain doing that. We do it for every game. Then I am on. I think I'm on We Are Spurs TV on Wednesday. Then the watch along. Me and Rain will be here for After the Whistle on Wednesday night, and then Thursday. Now I don't know if there will be a podcast this week with Dave. If not, it will have to be pushed back to next week. But as from Thursday and after every match, player ratings will be out on a Thursday or the day after the game. I know I haven't been consistent with the player ratings. I do apologize, but there will be a player rating show out either pre-recorded or live, and then there will be a new show after every game the next day called Final Score, where we go over the game and we look at the game, look at the stats. Pardon me. We look at the stats of the game and we look at the game and we try to get some steals and we try to work out what went right, what went wrong. We're going to cheer a win or go over a defeat. So doing that, we've got all your transfer latest news this month as well. And yes, so a lot of things happen on the channel, a lot of changes with thumbnail style, just thumbnails and PDFs, how I'm doing them. But yeah, we've got a lot of shows coming up. Looking forward to this month. What are you going to say, Ren? And where could people find you, by the way?
Can I answer a couple of comments? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course you can.
I won't be too long. Is Spurs side chat Steve?
I think it's Tony.
Tony, that's one of the reasons why I want to get Lookman, because I think Lookman will absolutely want to play. I know it's a call, and a lot of people are calling out the fact that he's got a bit of character, but I want a bit of character, and I want someone who's going to take the bull by the horns. Now, whether Frank will be able to sort of enliven that in him, I'm not sure, but that's one of the reasons why I want Lookman more than the other two, is because I think he will want to drive and be a part of the club, and he's got something to prove. Yeah, because he's gone to Italy and coming back to the Prem, he'll want to prove something. Ryan said, "What about Paqueta, Dermo?" Ryan, we talked about Paqueta at the start.
Would you want to remind him then?
Well, yeah. I mean, Dermo said that there are advanced talks ongoing. Was it 30 odd million? It feels like it's a bit stuck. I tell you what it feels like, Ryan, and I don't know whether Dermot's sources can. It feels like West Ham are trying to line up a replacement before they sell.
Yeah,
That's the way
I
it
think
feels
so.
to me.
I think that is look, for me, I think Paquetá is a very good player to buy, by the way. He's played with Kudos, so there's a link up there. Do you think he's coming into play as a 10 or as a winger?
Either.
So when Xavi comes back, we know Xavi is available, and we are going to sort that out tomorrow, where he plays or not. But if you've been Paquetá, do you put Xavi on the left and put Paquetá as a 10?
No, I put Paquetá on the left.
See, I think you get more out of Xavi on the left than you do playing him in the 10. I know he had that great. Look, just very quickly for thing. I know he had that great game against Copenhagen, but all due respect, it's Copenhagen. Anytime he's played in the 10 in a Premier League game, he's hidden. When he's played on the left, I think you've seen more of him than he has when he's played in the 10. Personally, but look, you've gone to games, and I've always said it. You see more at a live football game do you do when you're watching it on telly. So
I'm trying to remember what game it was. Was it the Man U? Was it the Man U game where he crunched somebody in the middle of the park?
Yes.
And drove us forwards. You see, I think he was just, and maybe I'm deluded, right? There's a reason why me and Dermot get on so well. And that's because we're both old and deluded. And
Less of the old or the deluded. We're only 21, Rain. We're only 21, pair of us. We're a young lad.
Can't even remember what I did at 21.
I can't even remember what I did 10 minutes ago. Hang on, do I need the lube? No, I don't. I'm fine.
So I think he was just getting into that. Yeah, and the other thing is, I remember his little dinks. I remember his little, but more than that, what I really want are 3 players who can play, who are playing behind the striker, because that's the way that we play these days, right? I want 3 players who are playing behind the striker, and it doesn't matter if for 10 minutes of the game, Xavi plays left wing and Paquetá comes in and plays 10 for 10 minutes of the game.
So sort of switching, you mean? Switching.
Yeah, and Sonny and Christian used to do that.
Yeah, they did.
They used to switch around. We need some. We need players who can shake things up, and maybe Xavi presents the opposing right back with a little bit of a different challenge than Paqueta's doing, or Lookman's doing, or Tell is doing, who had a great game yesterday. By the way. So they switch, and they have a little bit of intelligence about doing that. So I just want players who are technically capable, who are resilient, and who are gonna go for it. So and looking at the next question, so we are Spurs TV. So you've asked Tony, does Porro play for the badge in your opinion? I think he does. I think he does. I think he's incredibly passionate. I'm not sure he's that smart.
No. Lord Porro of Tottenham. Does it? Lord Porro needs to shut his mouth, concentrate on his game, and play better football. Yes. Do you know what? I will say this about Porro, right? All joking aside, I will say this. But I feel like Kudos, we've overplayed him. I think we've overplayed Porro. I really do. And when you look on the left-hand side, and for me, I think Sunday's game was an ideal opportunity to give him a rest, put Spence on that side, and put Davis on the other. Who I have to say, when Davis' names came in the team sheet, a lot of people on the streams I was on were dishing Davis. Can I say He may not be the best player in the world, but I think he was one of the best. He was my man of the match on Sunday for Tottenham. Ben Davies, I thought, was immense. Scored a goal, saved a goal, and defended really well. I don't think he got beaten once by the winger on that side. And if that was Destiny Udogie, who I love Destiny Udogie, I really do, I think Destiny Udogie would have been beaten a few times. And I also think that goal that Ben Davies whipped off the line, I don't think Destiny Udogie would have got that.
I think a good reason why Tell had a good game is because he had Ben Davies behind him.
I agree with you.
And I think it's I said it really early in when I was on some fan channels about Spence and Spence limiting us and Spence causing problems. And I think it's just now accepted reality. It just is what it is. I do also. I was actually listening to the to your build up on the train. Put my pods in, and I put YouTube on, and I was listening. You were very humble, and when the team came out, you didn't make a big thing of the fact that you called that attacking three. Obviously, you said Mawani and not Richarlison, but you said Tell, Odebear, and Kudus. And that is what it's, and you didn't make a big thing of it. But I also remember Kate telling people, you don't have a go at Davies. He is he may not be a 9 out of 10 superstar, but he is a solid pro at our club, and he is.
Am I right? Did I say he would score? Did I say jokingly, he'll go on and score now? I think I made
you did say that. Yeah, you did.
I think did I say that? I just want to make sure I did say that. I just said that as tongue in cheek. Like, I bet he goes and bloody scores now. I love doing them pop-ups on me and Tottenham TV. They're really great, actually. Good exposure for the channel, I have to say.
And it's a really good group there. Kate and Jimbo are absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. I
caught Harry on Spurs Diehards the other day with Ian and Adrian, and he's such a good lad as well. We saw the best of the Spurs fan base in the stadium in that first half. We were all singing Davies again, ole ole, right? This is. I love going to watch the games at the stadium. Right, lots of people are going, oh, it's a chore. I've got a season ticket. I've only been once this year. I love going. I talk to all the guys around me. Yesterday, I had a mother and son next to me, and we were having a really good laugh with them, and having a really good chat. I still love going to the stadium. But I loved it even more when in the first half we were all singing, we were all, having a bit of banter, a bit of a laugh. I was so disappointed that even though the second half was not as good, was so disappointed that the reaction from a lot of my fellow fans was to boo. I personally think negativity gets negativity. You get negative things if you're negative, and I think we could all do with being a bit more positive.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Look, I used to go to White Hart Lane quite a lot when I was younger. I do, because I live in Ireland. I am going over this year, but going over to the Leeds game when we play Leeds at Tottenham. So rain, we will meet up. And we might do a little bit of a live stream from the stadium while we're there, sitting in the pub somewhere. I may go early, bring my laptop, set up, and stream a live pre-match from the pub, from the number 8 bar. You and me and a few of the lads that are there. But Rain, look, we are going to wrap it up. Big up to Rhino. When do you expect Paquetá in? Look, transfers take forever. As soon as we get any news, we'll bring it to you. I'm hoping that it be done in the next week. Don't forget there is games thick and fast. So we've got Bournemouth on Wednesday, and then we've got West Ham. We've got I think it'd be done by the time we play West Ham. When they come to us, I think it'll be done by then. He will be in the Spurs shirt, hopefully. But Ryan, where can people find you, bud?
Here.
There, everywhere.
I go.
Up a
Yeah,
tree,
here I go on.
or chat.
I go on Sean's channel. I go on Sava's channel. Yeah. But,
I like
mainly
Sean
here.
and Sava. Sean's a
Ma-
great
ma-
lad, and Sava's a great lad as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great community. Here 2 or 3 times a week. And other places where they'll have me.
You guys wonder where tequila is taking some tequila time. He's taking some time off. He will return, but he's taking some time off. He's not feeling too right at the moment, bless him. He's got a bit of the flu, I think. So you go through Christmas and then you get the flu. So he's got the flu, so he will be back in the near future. So everyone, please, I want you to do me a favor, please, in the chat, send your love to tequila, send in something nice, and I can put them in the comment section if you can, so I can copy and paste them, so I can send them all to tequila just to make him feel a bit better, guys. So yeah, if you can go into the comment section and write something nice for him in there, I really would appreciate that. Guys, we are out. We're back tomorrow at 8 with a pre-match build-up show. Then Wednesday, we've got the predicted lineup on Wednesday. When we are Tottenham TV on Wednesday, then we start this at 7:15 for the watch-along. Then me and Rain will be doing after the whistle, after the game. We were talking about it. And then I think you and me, probably in the not-so-distant future, we're going to start doing some under-21 watch-alongs together and covering the young lads of the Tottenham, because this is something that's more up your street than mine. But I did start them this year, and I've sort of dipped out them. I'm going to sort of dip my toe back into them. So watch out. Me and Rain doing under 21 watch-alongs. That should be fun. Me being deluded and Rain being calm down. Just a bit like them Scousers in the 1980 sketches. Do you remember them, the 3 Liverpool lads? Calm down.
I can't remember the names. Can't remember the names of the actors.
Harry Enfield
Was Harry
one of
Enfield
them.
one of them?
Yeah, Harry Enfield was one of them. He was the fella with a load of money, wasn't he, back in the day?
We don't have these sort of sketch shows anymore, do we?
Don't. No. But on that bombshell, we leave it there. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Spurs. In the Cockle we trust.
In Frank we hope.
No, in Chirpy we trust. Is Chirpy still there, by the way? Haven't seen him for a while.
Chirpy's still there. Yeah.
In Chirpy we trust. Go on, Chirpy, the new Spurs manager. Chirpy the mascot. There you go. He's the one that get the players going. Come on, you Spurs.